Man, Matthew, how are you so good at Mario Party games? Jason asked me. Well, let's just say I've been playing those Mario Party games since they first came out back in 1998, and it took me a while to finally win one of those whole board map, but I finally understood that the game pulls the rewards. In fact, when I got to the sixth game, the first mini game I played, I won it. Although I did forget what it was, but I just need to tend to dominate so much, I said to Jason. Have you ever won every single mini game in every turn? Marty asked me. I don't think so, but that's my goal. I do have a mini game win percentage of over 990 and possibly growing, I pointed out. May I join you boys? Brittany asked as she stepped out of Sam's jacuzzi. Sure, Brittany, Jason said. What you think, guys? Marty and I nodded our heads in agreement. Let's see how she does, I said. As Brittany dried herself off, she sat down on a towel on the floor and Jason gave her a controller. So which is which? Brittany asked. The A button is to activate the jump button and the sections for the orbs. The B button activates the orb section and etc. I said to Brittany. So which character I am? Brittany asked. You're Toad, the little guy with the blue vest and the mushroom hat, Marty said. Oh, okay, Brittany said. After about 3 turns, Brittany began to get the hang of the game. She was already doing so well as she felt that she couldn't stop playing. She was getting even better, to the point where she just wanted to challenge to a minigame. As well as Marty and us what surprises me is that she beat 2 of us, and Jason was about to fall over. And he had never seen Brittany adapt so fast into a video game they played so much as well as me. Man, Brittany, I never knew you had it in you, Jason complimented. Thanks, Jason, Brittany said back. Sam, Clover, and Alex were so impressed by Brittany's quick adaptations for the game that they were playing. Man, I never knew Brittany had it in her, Clover whispered to Sam and Alex. Yeah, that's for sure, Sam whispered to Clover. Alex said. And then she agreed. A few minutes later, I took the others out to the track to ride for a while. Everyone was surprised except for Sam, who had already seen my track. Man, Matthew, I never knew how ambitious you are with these motorcycles, Alex complimented. Well, I'm not that ambitious, Alex, I pointed out. I just do it for fun. I pulled out my gear on and began to put on some laps. I even pointed my finger at everyone on the ground. As I went over a triple jump, Marty, Jason, and Brittany and Sam all began to point fingers back at me. I put at least 35 laps on my track before I decided to pull it off and call it quits. Marty and Jason and the girls were impressed. Sam was only impressed because of how hard I ride. Sam was impressed by it. Matthew, how can you go on like that? It must be tiring you out, Brittany said. Simple, one thing, Brittany. I have no time for pain. I keep on telling myself that I listen to it. That's why I keep going on and on, I said. That's on how tough guys are made of. A few minutes later, everyone started to leave for home. Arnold and Clover got Christian and they left. Brittany and Jason grabbed Paula and they left for home. Sam went out with Marty to a nearby movie theater at the mall, and Sam and I were the only ones left. Well, I better get Chad to his afternoon nap, Sam said as she went upstairs to tuck Chad in his little crib for his nap. Sam then went to the bedroom. I began to climbed up as well as get my shower ready. I came back a few minutes later wearing my red gym motorcycle t-shirt with Mike Brown's last name on the back underneath it. It was free, so I was also wearing some blue pants. Sam was also wearing her plain blue dress that went down to her knees. You got Chad to sleep, Sam? I asked. Sam answered. Let's kick back in our bed and watch some TV. Sounds good, Sammy, I said. We both walked to our beds holding hands, and we climbed into bed. Sam grabbed the remote and began to switch on the TV. It found another program called The Young and the Restless on, and we decided to watch that. I just decided to comfort myself and lying down, letting my entire body falling from the riding I put earlier. Sam laid her head on the pillow and began to look lovingly at me. Free, feeling winded? Sam asked me. I answered. I was just about to close my eyes when Sam began to grab my head and began to kiss me. I returned the favor for her, and I could feel my fingers moving towards the bottom of Sam's dress and began to run my fingers up her torso. But I moved my entire hand up in the air to avoid touching her chest area. I moved my hand underneath her neck, and Sam could feel her own fingers moving towards the back of my neck. She began to dig her fingers underneath the pillow as I was laying on the bed. On the palm of her hand was touching the back of my neck. Finally, I could feel Sam moving onto my body and kissing me closer, moving her head towards mine. She closed her eyes and began to pucker her lips. A few seconds later, Sam's met with mine, and we started romantically kissing each other. You know what, Sammy? I said softly to her. What is it, sweetheart? Sam asked playfully. I think you have the most purest kisses of all time, I complimented. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie, Sam said lovingly. So do you, darling. A second later, we decided to smooch each other again. Our eyes were shut tight and we were still kissing. Minutes later, we got off of each other and began to relax from the swimming. We did, because it took a lot out of us. Everyone was sitting in their chairs, resting on their beds, and because the swimming took so much out of them. Boy, this was probably the best day we had in our lives. Second only to our marriage, I said to Sam. Absolutely, Matthew, Sam said to me. But at least this time we got to rest till tomorrow afternoon when we go down to Brittany and Jason's house since Brittany invited all of us. Should we call Clover or Arnold or Christian? I asked. Sam thought about it for a moment. Maybe tomorrow morning. Can't argue with that, I said to Sam. Sam started to get up. I'm going to run my bath. She walked to the bathroom and then she got in. Sam turned on the hot water and began to fill the bathtub about halfway. While she was waiting for the bathtub to fill, Sam began to disrobe herself. She began from the top of her dress, then worked her way down. Finally, she stepped in the bathtub and began to relax. Warm, smoothing, comfortable water within the bathtub. She came out about a half an hour later, drying herself off. Finally, she began to dress herself, and she started to brush her hair with her hairbrush, and that was right by the sink. Sam then came into the bedroom and was all spruced up. How do I look, sweetheart? Sam asked me. You look dashing, I said to her. Sam was wearing her blue button pajamas, and she started to waltz over to bed and climbed in. Night, sweetheart, Sam whispered to me. Night, darling, I whispered back to her. We kissed each other again goodnight, and then dozed off to sleep, ready for tomorrow and another day at Brittany and Jason's house. Oh, man. And that, my little pretties, was The Futures of Sam and Me, a Totally Spies fan fiction written by Matt49324. Matt, I would like to thank you so much for the story. I really do appreciate you giving me permission to narrate this story. Now, let's get on with the story itself of what I actually liked about it. Now, let me explain this. Since this fanfiction was long, well, some chapters were long, but even though it had like 11 chapters, I'm going to keep the review as short as I possibly can. I'm going to keep the review as short as I can. I do apologize if it's long and not short, but let me get started. I actually found this one to be actually a really decent story. Not decent, but a pretty good story. This is actually one of the good Totally Spies stories that I found recently, besides my crappy creepypasta that I wrote about a few years ago. Oh my goodness, that one was cringy. I don't know if I'll be rereading that one because it was already garbage. Well, maybe I will make a better lost episode of it. Maybe I will, but, I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, for the story that came out around 2005, oh my goodness, it's around 15 years old. I think fanfiction.net, I'm not sure what year it actually came out. I'm trying to think. What year did it actually came out is my question. I don't know what year it came out in my opinion. I don't remember what year it came out in. I think it came out in 2003 or 2004. I can't remember, but I actually found this fanfiction to be quite good. Like, there's a lot of great concept to it. Like, the concept itself with it, having the protagonist, or aka the person in this, Matthew in this case in this story, he's fantasizing himself with, basically he's like, it's kind of like he's like in a place where he's like with the spies and all that, live in Beverly Hills in California. Okay, by the way, people, I do want to go to California one day. I don't know when I'll do that. Well, one thing is for sure, I don't have the money to do it right now. So, yeah. Probably maybe in a few years from now. Maybe I will go there one day. But, Okay. Now, another thing I could say is I have not seen Totally Spies in, like, a very long time. Like, I did watch the show when I was a kid. Like, I could definitely say I did watch the show when I was a kid. And I obviously found this one to be a really good story. Well, the story itself was actually really good. Oh, and the site fanfiction.net you guys are asking, it was made around 1998. So it's about 22 years old. Well, almost. My goodness. Oh man, this is actually a pretty cool story. Now, I do say that there's a lot of great things I do have to say about it, but I think I spot maybe one or two negatives that I do have to say. But before we get to them, I'm going to say, now, I could definitely say the concept itself was actually really interesting, and it actually flows well with the plot. Like the grammar was really good. The sentence structuring was really well worked nicely. The paragraph structuring was good. The storyline and the flow of it was just how it all went out. Now, I think I did see a few Totally Spy stories on here as well. I think there was one story that was really garbage that I can't remember when I saw it. If I could find it, I might maybe narrate it one day, but Now, for those who want to take a look at the story, I'll leave a link down in the description down below for those who want to check out the story for yourselves. If you guys want to, read it, you're more than happy to read it as well. Okay. Now, I could definitely say that this story was actually really good, and I can definitely say that this story actually flowed out well. Now, I'm going to be honest right now. I did watch Totally Spies as a kid, and I have to say, this is actually bringing me some good memories, because I remember when Totally Spies was pretty popular when I was a kid. Now, this is obviously going to make me want to go watch Totally Spies again, even though I haven't seen that show in years. Okay. Let me explain the parts that I like about the story. Now, every chapter of it worked out beautifully. I did have to censor some parts of it because they were either too inappropriate to mention. You kind of know if I get monetized in the future, it get to be demonetized, but anyway. What else? Oh, and then there were some parts I really didn't feel that should have been in there or should have been used. So that was kind of why I had to censor some of it with something else. Another thing I could definitely generally say that I liked about this story was that the flow of it all went out. And I really do appreciate that the characters, are still in character and stuff like that. With Clover, Sam and Alex, and, Brittany, all of it was just amazing, really well done. Even though this is a fan fiction, I still really enjoyed this fan fiction. It was really well done. Now that Clover was already with Arnold, I heard that she's dating Blaney, I think it's Blaine, I don't remember, but I think it's Blaine, but I could be wrong. You guys can let me know in the comments below, because I don't know, but other than that, it's fine if people don't like the shipping that it's the canon in the show or anything like that. It's your opinion, and I can definitely respect that. Alright. Another part of the story was just absolutely amazing. Now, I could definitely say the grammar was pretty good in any way and any form, and everything about it was just amazing. Okay. Now, if I have to say one thing that I didn't really like about the story too much, that would have to be, I'm trying to think. What is it? Oh. Okay. The next thing I could definitely, something I could say that I didn't really like about this story would have to be the paragraphs. Like, there were a few parts in the story that was a little hard to read. Like, I'm gonna be honest, there was a few paragraphs throughout the story, especially in chapter 4. Like, as you could probably already tell, I was stuttering at few parts because either they were run-on sentences, or there was just a complete giant paragraph or something like that. So parts of the story was a little difficult to read, in certain parts because of either the paragraph structuring, even the paragraphs were too big, or they were run-on sentences. So that was kind of why I had, a little bit of trouble trying to read it. So that's kind of why I stuttered, a little bit at certain parts. But another thing I could definitely say is that if the grammar was not really much of a problem. It's just the sentence structuring and the paragraph structuring could be fixed up a little bit. Like, the sentence structure was good for most of the part, but some parts of the chapters, with the sentence structuring, I believe there were a few run-on sentences, so the story was a little hard to read at certain parts. But besides that, I can definitely say that this story was pretty good. Now, the grammar, there was no problem with the grammar, but the sentence structuring and the paragraph structuring could be fixed up probably just a little bit. Just a little bit of the paragraph structuring and sentence structuring could be fixed up just a little bit. But other than that, the story was really well done, and there was definitely a lot of time and effort put into it. Now, I could definitely say that right now, Matt49324, you did a really good, awesome job. And now, I know you do have a channel too, so be sure to comment on this video if you see it. And if you want me to narrate one of your other Totally Spies stories, like I've seen a whole bunch of them on there, let me know which one you want me to do or which ones you want me to read next, because I will consider reading them whenever I get the chance to do so. Alright, is there another thing I do have to say? Well, no, I don't have any other negatives. Other than the sentence structuring could be fixed up a little bit, and same with the paragraph structuring, this story was actually really good. Even though it came out 15 years ago, it's still really well done. Like, it's very amazing and really well done. And I could definitely say that this story was actually pretty good. And I could definitely say you did a really awesome job. Okay. Now, I think I kind of, already, done that. But I could definitely say that, I really do know that a lot of people like it. Now, here's the thing. For those who want to check out this video, for those who want to check out the fan fiction, I will leave a link down in the description down below for those who want to check out the story. For those who want to, check out the story, I will leave a link down in the description down below for those who want to check it out. But I think this review has gone as long as it does, and I already said what I liked about it. And the only thing that I didn't like is the grammar could have been fixed up. No, not grammar. The sentence structuring could be fixed up just a little bit, because in that way it'd be a lot more easier for me to read. The paragraph structuring could be fixed up a little bit, just a bit as well. Mainly the sentence structuring and the paragraph structuring could be fixed up a little bit. Like, the paragraph structuring was really well done, but there was a few paragraphs that were a little too big. So I kind of got confusing to read at there. So, but yeah, other than that, the story was really well done, and there was a lot of time and effort put into it, and I could definitely say you did a very good job with the story. Now, I guess I kind of, talked as much as I can about what I did like and what I didn't like about the story. Let me wrap this review up, and then we should really do a lot of stuff. So, and we should be finishing up the review. Okay. I'm going to say right now, and like I always continue to say, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these fanfictions and creepypastas. This is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this fanfiction would have to be a 9 out of 10. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because everything about it was just really good. Like, the paragraph structuring was good, but although there were a few paragraphs that were a little too big and confusing to read, so that could be fixed up just a little bit. And the sentence structuring was pretty good too, although it could be fixed up maybe just a little bit as well. That would be appreciated. The grammar was good. The concept was amazing. The sentence structuring was good for the most part. The storyline was amazing. I liked everything about this story was just flat out beautifully. And I also found this one to be a really good story. Okay, anyways, what did you all think about this fanfiction? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this fanfiction a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, Be sure to like, comment, subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell for uploads so you guys will not miss an upload. And like always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out.